Stephanie. It's hard to believe.
Well, it's happened. I'm no longer chairman. And at the moment, there doesn't seem to be a great deal I can do about it.
And that's why you asked me to come to Australia.
That was part of the reason. You were due to renegotiate your arrangements with Harper Manning next month anyway. I didn't think you'd mind coming early.
I'd stay the whole year if it meant being with you. You know that. You want my help against this Sanders man?
Your support, anyway. I don't want to destroy the company, but I do want to remove its new chairman.
My dearest Stephanie, surely after all these years you realize that I would do anything to help.
I know.
Amal? Welcome back to Australia.
Thank you, Dan. It's good to be back, even though I find you in troubled times.
Yes, I'm afraid you do. But we'll survive.
Knowing your wife, I'm sure, between us, we can manage something better than mere survival.
Thanks. Any more relaxed and I'll be dangerous.
Not having to pay for your pleasures these days.
She's a fully qualified, legitimate masseuse. Not all women are like you.
They don't know what they're missing. I think we should be friends again.
Is this possible?
I've missed you.
Hold on, hold on. Aren't you taking this reconciliation a little for granted?
I just want a massage.
I'll get the expert back.
No. Improvise. I want Cassie out of Tara's. She could be a problem with the shares.
Don't worry. They're running out of time.
I know. But we're nearly there.
I thought you wanted a massage.
I've had one. Now I want something else.
I want something from you, too.
Hardly in a position to say no.
I didn't think it was part of your vocabulary. This Sheikh Amal, what do you know about him?
Not much. His family have had dealings with Harpers ever since our father was alive. I think Stephanie's always kept in touch.
Seems funny that he suddenly turned up. I have to renegotiate this oil lease deal. I wonder, can you find out if he's, corruptible?
How far do you want me to take my inquiries?
I'm sure you don't need me to give you lessons.
No, but I'm a little out of practice. Show me. Drinking alone, darling?
I'm used to it.
Well, I'm here now, and I think I'll join you.
I suppose there's no point in asking where you've been.
Don't be so suspicious, Philip. I'm here now, aren't I? You still love me, don't you?
Yes, I love you. But I'm not sure that I know you.
Of course you know me. Better than anyone else in the world.
Don't play games with me anymore, Jilly. I want the truth.
You're never going to trust me, are you? No matter how hard I try, you're never going to believe that I've changed.
That won't work anymore, Jilly, because I know you're lying.
I'm not. I can't cope with you continually attacking me. You shouldn't have married me if you feel this way about
Stop
me.
it, Jilly!
I'm going out. I can't take this anymore.
Can you explain this?
I already have. To Stephanie.
Oh, I'm sure you have. But I want the truth.
Go to hell!
Well, if you are right about Jilly, makes me look a bloody fool, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. There's nothing foolish in wanting to trust her. We all did that.
Oh, I've asked myself all the questions, over and over again. But if she's even responsible for some of the things that have been happening, I'd be sending her straight back to jail, and I can't do it.
Not even if it's what she deserves.
Well, we don't know that.
So what are you going to do? You're just going to go on ignoring it? Treating her as if she were a sister while she slowly twists a knife in your back?
No. I'll be more careful in future. Anyway, until I sort the rest of my life out, Jilly's going to have to wait.
Wait a minute, Steph. I thought we had sorted it out. I thought you and I were going to be together, and to hell with the rest of it.
I'm sorry, Dan, I was wrong. I thought I could just walk away from the company. I can't. It's a part of me. Dan, you can't make me choose between you and the company.
I'm not asking you for a choice. Just a balance. I thought that you recognized that we had something too important to sacrifice to any company, however much a part of your heritage.
Dan, I have to take this through to the end, whatever it turns out to be.
All right. All right, I'll wait. I'll wait because I love you.
And I thank God for that.
There was just one thing that I wanted to ask you. Tom's father.
Do you want to know who he was?
No. I just wondered if it might be something that I have to worry about.
No, it isn't. But I will tell you if you need to know.
No, I don't. It all happened a long time before I knew you.
Oh, drinks all round, thanks, Angela.
I appreciate the business, but don't you think you've had enough?
No.
Come on, Dennis. It isn't that bad.
Yeah? What about losing your inheritance? Everything you've worked for? Just because your mother suddenly remembers that she had a son 26 years ago. Now, how would you cope with that, huh?
I don't know. Not too well, I guess.
Right. Now, how would you like it if you found out your girlfriend was nothing but a tramp? The same time she was sleeping with you, she was also sleeping with a man she knew you hated. Now, how would you cope with that, huh? Well, well, speak of a bitch.
Leave her alone, Dennis. Hello, Cassie.
Hi, Angelo.
Join us for a drink, darling?
This way.
Oh, well, there are plenty of other tramps around.
Dennis.
Auntie Julie, come and join us.
Why not?
Come on my side, we're leaving.
Where are we going, Dan?
We're going to Rhodes. Then we're going to go to the Cauldron, where Roger, my old mate, is going to fall on his face.
Ah, thank you for coming.
It wasn't just at your invitation. I have a counter-proposal.
Then come into my, our office. So, what did you have in mind?
Oh, after you, if you have anything new to say.
Well, I've offered to share the chairmanship with you. Have you thought about it?
As much as it was worth.
Stephanie, don't let pride stand in your way. It's still Harper Mining. Are you sure you don't want to be a part of it?
The only thing I'm really sure of is that I could never work with somebody I didn't trust.
All or nothing, eh?
That's right.
Then you may as well know there's a meeting this afternoon, and I'm going to move that you be dismissed from the board.
You're confident you have the numbers?
I'm prepared to take that risk.
So am I. And now let me tell you what I'm going to do. As a director of this company, I'm going to approach the stock exchange for a full inquiry into how you obtained Jilly Stewart's shares. I fancy your chairmanship may be in some doubt after that.
Anton, I think I'm going to need some advice.
Welcome back to the world. I thought you'd died.
What am I doing in your bed?
Oh, don't worry. You'd had too much to drink to be a problem. Or any use.
I was thinking about Philip.
In Melbourne. On business. And probably doesn't want to share my bed anyway.
Who can blame him?
Oh, don't be tedious, Dennis. As I recall, the spirit was willing enough. You just lacked a little in the flesh.
Rubbish. Like my clothes, please.
Why?
Apart from wanting to get out of here as quickly as possible, I have a board meeting today.
What's the matter? Afraid your new brother might be in there, stealing your position as favourite son.
Go to hell, Jilly.
Oh, sorry, darling, but you do bring out the bitch in me.
Doesn't take much.
Actually, I was going to sympathise. Can't have been easy for any of you finding out about young Tom.
Save the hypocrisy, Jilly. It won't work with me.
Never give me a chance, do you?
And I never will.
I can see why Stephanie decided not to tell you about him.
She didn't know.
Is that what she said?
Yes? Why?
It doesn't matter.
Come on, tell me.
I said it doesn't matter. Let me go, Dennis!
Tell me what you're talking about!
Right, if you want the truth. Of course Stephanie knew. I knew.
No, I don't believe it. She'd never have allowed Sarah to...
Of course she wouldn't. Did she even know it was happening?
I still don't believe you.
Good. It's better that way.
What are you doing here?
I shouldn't have come. I just wanted to say hello. Everything is so mixed up. We have to learn to think about each other in a different way. I couldn't stay away.
Damn your mother. Damn her for everything.
Dennis not here? All right, then, we'll start without him.
What about the other board members?
I have their proxies here. As you can see, you could lose, depending on how Tom decides to use his father, Bill's proxy, and whether Dennis turns up.
He said he trusted me to do the right thing.
We may as well begin, bearing in mind that until we vote, my offer to you is still open, and that if you lose, you'll no longer be in a position to implement your stock exchange inquiry.
I think we should get on with it.
Very well. The motion put to this meeting is that Stephanie Harper be removed from the board of Harper Mining. Those in favor?
Thank you, Tom.
Dennis?
Why?
Because of him.
This hardly seems the time for further discussion, if you'll excuse me.
Here's to my victory.
Our victory.
All right, our victory.
Come to think of it, if I hadn't arranged for certain little accidents to happen to Stephanie, you might never have been able to take advantage of them, would you?
I suppose not.
Never underestimate me, my darling. I can make things happen to you, too, if I want.
Sounds great. Better than Philip?
Everyone's better than Philip.
Julie has destroyed me. But if I can stop her from destroying you, dear Stephanie, it won't have been in vain. We've all been fooled by Julie. I have more than anyone. I urge you not to trust her or Jake Sanders, and to take immediate steps for your own personal safety. Please don't doubt the truth of what I've said. I wish with all my heart, or otherwise, that there isn't one ounce of good in Julie whatsoever.
Mr. Philip Stewart.
That's right.
You have an urgent parcel from Miss Stephanie Harper.
Yes.
Thanks. Just sign there.
How long before it's delivered?
Within the hour, we guarantee it. Thank you.
Thank you.
You have taken defeat very hard for someone who claims she is no longer interested in business. What else is bothering you?
It's not your problem.
Stephanie, we have known each other for many years. There is no need for secrets.
Well, you certainly have a right to know. When I was 18, your father brought you to Australia for the first time.
How could I forget?
What you didn't know was that I had a baby. I'd always been told that he'd died, but he didn't. Bill McMaster adopted him.
It was Tom?
Yes, Tom McMaster is my son. He's also yours, Amal.
A parcel for Miss Harper.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think she should be left alone. Yes, I'm going to bring her back to Eden with me. Okay, darling, I'll see you shortly. Jilly, we can go.
I have to be here.
Jilly.
There are things to be done. Arrangements.
Everything's been taken care of. And if you stay here, you'll only have to deal with the press. You don't want that.
Why did he do it? If he was unhappy or in trouble, I'd have known.
I'll pack some things and then we can leave.
Good morning. Last night, a Mr. Philip Stewart made use of your courier service to send a package to Miss Stephanie Harper. Could you confirm that that package was delivered, please? Last night? Thank you.
Jilly, I'm terribly sorry.
It's all right, Dan. I just don't want to be alone right now.
What needs to be done?
Well, there isn't much in the way of family. I've been trying to locate Jessica.
Philip's favorite niece.
Yes, he was almost like a father to her. I haven't been able to get hold of her yet, but I've spoken to Philip's partner. He'd be grateful if we'd make the funeral arrangements.
I see. Does that sound all right to you, Jilly?
Yes, thank you. He's a happy man. He was happy with me. This time it was going to work.
There must have been something.
Such as?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. When I got out of prison, all I wanted was an even break, no favors, just a clean slate. Philip was a bonus I didn't deserve. It's not fair to be given something like that and then have it taken away.
What is it, Roberts?
The telephone, madam.
I'm not accepting calls.
Mrs. McMaster, madam?
Yes, all right, thank you. God, I hope Bill hasn't heard the news yet. He'll have a relapse.
Yes, I know Philip was a friend.
No, it's not Philip. It's Harper's. I was thrown off the board yesterday.
That's impossible.
It's a fact. You know, I underestimated Jake Sanders. He's quite an artist. He used my own son to stab me in the back.
Oh, Steph, I'm sorry.
Maybe he did me a favor. I won't be long. No, Rena. Bill mustn't be told anything. Well, at least until he's well enough, I'll never forgive myself. Yes, I know. No, that's okay. I understand.
I didn't, Stephanie! I killed him! You think I'm responsible and you're probably right!
Look, I'm sorry, Rena. I'll have to call you back.
Oh, God, Stephanie, I can't bear it!
Jilly, it's all right.
That must have been me. I hurt everyone who comes close to me.
Look, you better come with me to the bathroom and we'll do something about that hand.
I'm sorry, Steph. I'm sorry.
I know you didn't vote against your mother for my sake, but, thanks anyway.
I assume you now want my resignation.
No, I don't. I didn't even want to throw your mother out. She gave me no choice.
What makes you think I want to stay on?
You got a better offer. Bill Master's not going to be coming back. I'm still going to need a general manager.
You offering me the job? A reward for selling my mother down the river?
No. No, you're not quite ready for the job yet. But you could be.
You don't need me at Harper's, Jake. You just want to prove something to my mother. You really got it all, didn't you? Even her son.
Is that what being Stephanie Harper's son's done to you? You feel that if you weren't who you are, nobody would bother with you, eh? Think about it, Dennis.
I'm not sure I know what your game is anymore.
You don't know, Anton. Well, you're my lawyer. You tell me.
Face the fact. Whatever you actually want from Stephanie, you're not going to get it. But you've got her company. Do you really need her as well?
You just think I'm obsessed. And if I am, well, I won't stop trying, will I?
But that doesn't explain your apparent inability to let go of Julie Stewart. Or is that another obsession?
In a way. You see, Anton, it's like any poisonous snake. You're quite safe while you're holding it the right way. Let go, and you're dead.
Stephanie, this is Philip Stewart. This would be better said to you in person, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. So I'm sending you this to warn you. I can't live with what Julie has done to me. And I'm certain she intends to destroy you.
Jake doesn't waste any time. The daily report from Harper's hasn't arrived. And it won't.
I've just spoken to Philip's doctor. And he maintains Philip was in perfect health. His partners say the practice was completely successful. Even if he did have any personal financial difficulties, there were resources he could have drawn on. And they weren't touched.
In other words, he had no reason to kill himself.
Darling, there was only one wild card in Philip's life. Julie.
All right, supposing she was cheating on him. Do you really think that's enough to drive a man to suicide?
The way he loved her? Yes.
I don't believe Julie ever loved me. She played on my weaknesses and remarried me because I was of use to her. She's been having an affair behind my back with Jake Saunders.
Oh, come on, Steph. You know yourself you've begun to suspect it.
Dan, my own son voted me out of my company. My other son doesn't want to know me. My daughter thinks I'm responsible for ruining her life. Even you backed off a little. Oh, darling, I need my family. I want us to be united. And that includes Julie.
You need your family because you've lost Harper Mining.
That is not fair.
But what if it was Julie that helped you lose it?
When you've cleared away the smoke screen, you'll find that it was Julie's shares that led Jake into Harper's. She wants it all, Stephanie. She wants you finished. How far she's prepared to go, I don't know, but God help me, I suspect she may have been responsible for the accident that nearly killed you and Dan. The sickest part of the whole business is that even now, I still love her. I still want her.
Pathetic, Philip.
I just want to say goodbye.
Bye, darling.
Have a drink, sir?
No, thanks.
Bill wasn't well enough to attend. He sent his love and sympathy.
Thank him for me.
Don't you think you've had enough?
Drawing lines on a Scotch bottle, are we?
Can we talk, please?
Why? So you can tell me the romantic story of how I came to have an older brother, new heir to the Harper fortune? The news is a little belated, Mother. Ask Sarah.
I didn't know about Tom. I didn't deliberately keep the information from you.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it. That's the truth.
Slight problem, Mum. Right now, if you told me day follows night, I'd have to go and check with someone else.
Dennis, when you had me thrown out of the company, you made a business decision for an emotional reason, and that was very silly. Darling, I want the family to be together.
The whole family?
This is not the time. Hello, Angela. I'm so glad you came.
Thank you. Sarah asked me. Actually, I have to get back to the bistro.
Must you?
I should, really.
I'll see you out.
Okay.
Thank you for supporting me in the boardroom.
I only did what Bill would have done.
Tom, do one thing for me. Don't stop thinking of him as your father.
Thank you, Roberts. I do know the way. On behalf of the company, I'd like to express my deepest sympathy, Mrs. Stewart.
Thank you.
Sorry I couldn't make the funeral.
Didn't realize you knew, Philip.
Our paths crossed once or twice.
I can't pretend that you're welcome. I expect Julie appreciates it.
Dr. Marshall, taking Harper's was business. Nothing personal.
You misunderstand me, Mr. Saunders. Though I despise your methods, I am in fact grateful for your takeover. And what I feel about you is totally personal. Excuse me.
In that case, I hope our paths cross once or twice.
Lousy party.
That's a bit callous.
I think Philip would have agreed with me.
Why don't you just leave?
Would that make it easier on you?
No.
Maybe it would in the long run.
We can't change things, Tom.
That I'm your half-brother. That I still love you even knowing that.
Please.
When Stephanie screws up a family, she doesn't mess around, does she?
Worthy of an Oscar, Mrs. Stewart.
What are you doing here?
I don't trust Stephanie. It's not like her to give up that easily. I'm keeping her on the defensive.
And putting me under pressure.
Suspicious.
Meet me back at the flat.
Grief gives you quite an appetite, doesn't it?
Amal.
I've chosen a bad time to call.
No, not at all. I need a friend.
Then I'm glad I have come. I understand you were ambushed at Harper's. How did Jake Saunders manage it?
Dennis voted against me.
The son betrays the mother.
It was a stupid impulse. He's angry about Tom.
That is no excuse. A son should fight for you, not against you. Tom, was he for you?
He supported me. I haven't told him anything about you. Do you want him to know that you're his father?
Give me time to consider it, Stephanie. I must do what is best for him. And for me.
Excuse me for interrupting, Mrs. Marshall.
Tom, this is Sheikh Amal. Your Highness, this is Tom McMaster. He's an executive at Harper's.
I'm pleased to meet you, Tom. Some of my business interests here are connected with Harper's.
I'm sure we'll enjoy doing business, Your Highness.
What did you want, Tom?
Dr. Marshall asked me to tell you that some of the guests are ready to leave.
Thank you. Will you join us?
At such a time, I won't intrude. Please give my regards to Dan.
Yes, I will. Thank you for being here.
So, what did he do with Philip's little cassette?
He took it with him.
Oh, very nice. Well, you've got what you want, and I've got what I want.
So?
Time to shake hands and walk away.
If the job was finished.
What do you want from Stephanie? Blood? Well, tell me.
Stephanie's not going to give up this easily. She still has a personal fortune big enough to launch a counterattack.
Hold on. Bill, her right-hand man's in convalescence. Her son sold her out. The state of her family makes Wuthering Heights look like a bloody tea party.
Even so, there is a part of her that's capable of anything when it comes to revenge.
Aren't we all?
And she has rich and powerful friends. Amal would help her if she asked. They met in the garden this morning.
I knew that.
I'm not in a position to try distracting His Royal Highness at the moment. Philip's death does have its disadvantages.
My God, it's one thing to cheat on your husband. It's quite another to spit on his grave.
You bastard.
That's how I like my widows. Traditional black. Oh. Funerals make you tense.
So loosen me up. Someone there?
I don't believe Julie ever loved me. She played on my weaknesses and remarried me because I was of use to her. She's been having an affair behind my back with Jake Saunders. When you've cleared away the whole smoke screen, you'll find that it was Julie's shares that let Jake into her.
Jessica.
She wants it all.
You look as though you've heard a ghost.
She wants you
Where did you get that?
A farewell gift from Uncle Philip.
I don't know, but
How much do you want?
So, the original didn't get to Stephanie Harper.
What?
Well, if it had, you wouldn't be offering money for this one. Uncle Philip might have been a fool for you for a long time, but in the end, he took out some insurance. Me.
How much? I'll write you a check.
I think I'll stay here for a while. We'll make a good team. The sorrowing niece and the grieving widow. How was the funeral? I bet you cried.
Just tell me what you want.
All I can get. I loved Uncle Philip, and I saw the dance you let him.
You did everything you could to poison things between him and me.
Oh, come on, Jilly, be honest. There isn't a hospital in the country that can compete with your bed count. Who have you been rumpling the sheets with today? The funeral director?
Get out!
Straight to Stephanie Harper? I think you should take me under your wing. Don't you? For old time's sake. Haven't forgotten about old times, have you? They're very important to me. But then, how could I forget?
You didn't have to come. I'm not your boss anymore.
I was curious. What could you possibly have to say to me?
Actually, I think there's rather a lot to be said between us. But that's not why I called you here. Tom, you know half the truth. I think it's only fair you learnt the rest of it. Do you want to know who your real father is? He wants to meet you, if you want it.
How are you?
Life goes on. Word is you're doing a good job here.
Thanks. It's good to see you.
I'm here on business.
Of course.
I'm doing a budget assessment and I need some information concerning...
Look, I'm flat out right now, but I don't mind working after hours.
Dennis, shouldn't you be at Harper's shining Jake Sanders' boots?
Hello, Dennis.
Jessica! My golly, you've grown up so much.
It happens.
I'm sorry about your uncle.
Yes, I couldn't make it back here in time for the funeral.
How long are you here?
I'm not sure. Jilly insists that I stay with her, so who knows?
Perhaps I can show you around.
Great. He's not a man to be trusted, Jessica. Ask his mother.
Sharpen your claws on someone else, Jilly. You're pulling threads in the suit. See you later, Jessica.
Miss Stewart would like to see some clothes. Any alterations will be done immediately and the clothes will be ready tomorrow. Do you think you can remember all that, or shall I write it down for you?
Tara's motto, the customer is always right.
Friend of yours?
Mind your own business.
New outfits from Tara's. This is really generous of you.
Don't push your luck, Jessica.
Why did you come back here?
Why did you leave?
You're a big boy now. Did you like him?
We talked. Yes, I like him. He's very impressive. I think I liked him most because he made no claims and no offers. Were you in love with him?
I thought I was. But, Tom, it's very unwise to start wishing the past had been different.
I came back to say I'm sorry for the way I've treated you.
You're trying to make me feel worse than I do already.
I'm telling you that I don't blame you anymore.
When you were born, they let me hold you for a moment. You looked just like an old man, all wrinkled. And those serious little blue eyes gazing up at me.
My eyes are brown.
You're clutching at straws, Tom. There's no point. We both have to come to terms with it.
Sass, I know now it's not the truth. Stephanie's not my mother.
Are you saying she's been lying?
No, but I'm not your brother. I know it.
Tom, you've got no proof.
I'll get proof. Sarah, it's the only chance we have.
Mum, what are you doing here?
Mr. Sanders requested my presence.
Why didn't you tell him what to do with himself? You shouldn't be sitting out here like this.
What should I be doing? Sitting at home, sulking? Jake has my company, and he has my son. I'm intrigued to know what else he wants from me.
He doesn't own me.
Good.
I don't want us to be enemies. Your time at Harper's is over now. It's my turn.
I'm glad to hear it. Be a winner, my darling. You are so like your grandfather.
Certainly. Miss Harper, Mr. Sanders will see you now.
Thank you, Hilary.
Miss Harper, I'm awfully sorry.
It's all right. I'd like to have a family dinner tonight. Will you be there? Please?
Take a seat. Won't be long. You weren't waiting long, were you?
20 minutes.
Phones. You know how it is. Coffee?
Nothing, thank you.
All right, then. I'll get straight to the point. I want to make you an offer. An equal share in the company. 50-50.
In return for what? Your ego is incredible.
You be honest with yourself for the first time in your life.
You know, I can't make you out. I have studied you back to front, Jake Sanders. You've never let business get this personal. Why am I so important to you?
Anton thinks I'm obsessed with you.
Really?
Runs in the family. I had a brother once who became obsessed with a woman. Did him no good at all.
That must run in the family, too.
You'd be crazy to refuse. I was being generous.
If turning you down sours your victory, I couldn't be more pleased.
If you leave now, it'll be for the last time.
Yes.
It's fabulous. You should have gone for something with a lower neckline. It would have suited you. I guess I'm just old-fashioned. I remember even when we were teenagers, you used always to wear high necklines. Do you like what you're doing here, Sarah? I love it. And when I play the piano, it's for the fun of it. Good for you. It's great having you here, Jess. I wish we'd known each other better. Best friends, right? Well, I'll see what Jilly thinks. She's been so kind.
I didn't see you at Philip's funeral, Cassie.
I hardly knew him.
Oh, I thought you two were pen pals. I found this going through his papers only this morning. How does it feel to know you were responsible for a man killing himself?
There's only one person responsible, and you damn well know it.
You interfering little bitch.
You're on a losing streak, Jilly.
I'm sorry, Stephanie.
What for? Being human?
For being here useless when you needed me most at Harper's.
You weren't supposed to know about Harper's. Anyway, I doubt that there's anything either of us could have done. Perhaps it was simply time. Maybe we've had our day, Bill.
There is one thing you've got to face. Jilly has had to have been on Sanders' team.
When I'm ready, I'll deal with Jilly. In the meantime, I have a family to try and get back together. For too long, those children have suffered for being mine.
Oh, I think you're overstating it a little. And I don't believe Sarah or Dennis would wish it any other way.
And Tom?
Give him time. Stephanie, are you really ready to give up the company?
I have no choice, Bill. I've lost.
There is a way of winning Harper's back. It's outrageous, it's expensive, and you could lose everything. But it is possible.
Are you sure I want to hear this?
I've made some notes. But it's up to you, of course.
Babies are born with blue eyes, and they change later. Tom's pinning so much on it. Well, I wish he wouldn't. It won't alter the facts.
No, nothing will.
I went to see Bill McMaster today. He wants me to fight Jake Sanders.
Are you going to?
My family is what is important now. In fact, I would like to talk to you all at dinner tonight.
Oh, I was going to have dinner with Angelo at the bistro.
Please, Cecil.
Family comes first, eh?
From now on.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sanders, but your terms are unacceptable to us.
But these figures remain essentially unchanged from last year.
Indeed. But the circumstances are very much changed.
You mean to say you're no longer dealing with Stephanie Harper?
She is a friend. If I dealt with you as I did with her, what would friendship be worth? Goodbye, Mr. Saunders.
I'll be in touch.
I hope so.
Jilly, our Middle Eastern friend is proving a little, difficult. I wonder if you could find a way to make him more, friendly.